Ever since the world was hit by a microscopic Pokemon, more and more people have started to work and consequentially work out from home, which is a totally viable option because of all of its conveniences. And considering that calisthenics has an absolute myriad of options and exercises that you can do, that training at home does not need to change and you can stay there practically forever. And even if you don't have any equipment whatsoever, if you have a basic idea of what you are doing, then you will never have to leave your home for another workout again, which is a very positive message to all the introverts who are watching this video right now. So join me today in my quest to find the best exercises that you can do at home for every single muscle group, and we'll go through our entire body so you can build a calisthenics routine that is tailored to your own needs and you can do it from home without having to ever leave. If you're ready, let's get right into it. So we will start with our arms, moving up our shoulders, including our chest, our core, and even go through leg exercises so you don't forget about leg day. Now, since I don't know what level you are at, we will have multiple levels for most of the exercises. So even if you are a bloody beginner, you will have a lot of things to do and a lot of things to learn from today. Starting with our arms. Now, we'll include our forearms later when we do the pull-up related exercises, but for now we'll move on to our triceps. What we will do is start out with the easiest variation of push-ups you can do. Once you can do non-assisted push-ups, we will move on to raising our knees, and now we have a lot of different options to go through. We can start with the shoulder width grip and our arms as close as possible to our upper body so we can hit that triceps a bit more. You can also go for the diamond hands so we have a little bit more internal rotation in our shoulders and a little bit more engagement for our latissimus, and still keeping our upper arms very close to our body so we have more triceps dominance. Of course, we can't forget our hands, so we can also move up onto our fingers, which is going to require a little bit more engagement from our forearms as well as our hand musculature, which is always a good thing to work on, like so. And now we can start including our chest by moving our hands slightly outwards, and instead of bringing our arms close, we flare our elbows out, which is gonna increase the chest engagement. And now, if you are ready to have some fun, we can start adding some things like the archer push-up, which is very chest dominant and even has some biceps inclusion. Or we can do the typewriter, staying very low to the ground and switching, which is insanely chest dominant. We can do staggered, explosive push-ups. We can do clapping push-ups, and we can have some fun to build explosiveness as well as control and strength. And always be sure to take regular breaks to do some cat scratches, which is one of my favorite exercises to begin with. Now, the good thing about this position is that changing to shoulder inclusion does not require anything more than elevating our legs and feet. Now, depending on your mobility, you might be able to go all the way into a straight line like so and start pushing up from here. But if you are not that flexible, especially in your hamstrings, meaning your biceps femoris and such, you will have to maybe move like so. But this way, at the very least, we have a lot of shoulder inclusion, and we can work on including our arms and shoulders as well as our core together in a singular movement. Now, if you don't have access to half a dozen scratching posts, we can also use the wall for this exercise. All you need to do for that is go to a wall, maybe wear some socks so you don't fuck up your wall, and you can move into this position and extend and repeat. If this is still too easy for you, you can move as closely as possible to said wall and start with handstand push-ups, which are very shoulder and arm dominant. And since we already included our back musculature through the handstand push-up, because of all the tension you need to hold to stay upright, we can move on to our spine. Because this is supposed to be a more holistic way of working out, we will first start by mobilizing our spine through complete spinal flexion and complete spinal extension, just to activate all the musculature, move through a longer range of motion, and learn to activate the back muscles at will. This is going to help us with all other back-related exercises. You can include some breathing in here, breathing in your extension, and breathing out in your flexion. Moving us to our latissimus, we will use the power of sliding to engage fully with that muscle. Now, depending on your strength, you may sit like so and pull yourself closer and then push yourself away. Pull yourself closer and push yourself away. Of course, you can use another starting position like so, get very close to the ground for a little bit of a stretch in our lats, and moving from here into full engagement. This is going to combine a little bit of flexibility, especially in our shoulders and chest as well, and a lot of strength. First, because you have to pull from the ground with your hands not slipping away. And second, depending on how slippery or non-slippery your ground is, you will have a harder workout, which is absolutely amazing. And the next back exercise, just so we can include a little bit more of trap engagement, rhomboid engagement, and a little bit more of complete back musculature, we will be doing the back widow. For this one, we need to lay on our backs, open our arms sideways, and pull our elbows together. This is going to move us through scapular adduction and abduction, fully flexing our traps and releasing them again. Fully flexing and releasing. This can also help us build a little bit more core and include it in our back exercises for now, before we move into the core specified exercises. And of course, for those of you who do own a pull-up bar, we can go with biceps dominant pull-ups, which still require a lot of back strength, or we can open up sideways, a wider overhand grip for more latissimus dominant or back dominant pull-ups, which still include our biceps. And of course, between every single set of pull-ups, we will be doing some hanging exercises for decompression in our shoulders and in our entire spine by just passively hanging on the bar. Which, if you've ever been on this channel before, you have probably seen me talk about at least a dozen times, because the benefits of passive hanging are just too easy to understate. Which brings us to our core, for which I have chosen the perfect exercise, and we're gonna go through multiple levels just so you can start out very easy and build insane amounts of core strength with a single exercise. And that single exercise is of course the L-sit. Now, disregarding just for a second that the L-sit is insanely core dominant, we also have a lot of inclusion of our hip flexors and our quadriceps, because we need to keep those legs extended. We have a lot of inclusion in our arms to keep our upper body up and not touching the ground, which means that we in total are including most of the large muscle groups in our body, which is an insane benefit to have for a simple core exercise. So for level 1, just sit back and relax. We're gonna do extended leg raises, starting with a single leg, left side and right side. You're already building hip flexor, quadriceps and lower abdominal strength. The less you lean backwards, the harder the exercise is going to be. And for now, we're gonna do all of this on our palms before we move on to staying on our fingers. Next up, we can raise both legs. Of course, keep them extended. If this is still too hard, you can pull in your knees and over time extend your legs before you move on to the next exercise, which is going to be raising our upper body from here and folding forward. Depending on your mobility, this might be very close to your legs, or it might just be a short movement. Whatever it is, over time, it is going to get better. So now that we've done the basics, let's raise our upper body and go through the motions again. We have level 1 with raised upper body, and we have level 2 with raised upper body. Pull in your feet and extend them fully. It is more about keeping that core strength tight for a longer period of time, more than it is about doing repetitions. So you can also just hold it up here for 20, 30, 40 seconds if you want to. And of course, we can't forget the elevated forward fold. As far as you can, extend those shoulders and reverse. Pull in as far as you can and reverse. And now you should be ready to go into the L-sit. If you cannot do it with extended legs, once again, raise your upper body and raise those legs like so. The stronger you get, the more you will be able to extend your arms. Extend your legs, god damn it. Which of course brings us to everyone's favorite part, leg exercises. And we have 2 singular exercises with multiple variations that are gonna be absolutely insane for your leg development. Starting of course with the squat. Now for the squat variations that we have, let's start out with closed legs. This is gonna require a lot of core strength and a little bit more upper body control. But that is okay because, as I said, the more bony we have with the exercises, the better. So if you can go, as we say, ass to grass, that would be perfect. We want to go through full range of motion. You can keep your arms extended like so. If you do have the strength in your core, you can keep your arms behind your head for more engagement. We can move outwards and repeat the whole process. Again, this is going to make the movement a little bit easier. If you do not have the range of motion to move all the way down and sit down here, there is absolutely no problem in starting with shorter range of motion and moving down lower and lower over time. Now, what's very important here, you have to keep this in mind, the squat is not just for our leg musculature, but also specifically for our gluteal musculature. The thing you need to be doing when going down is, first of all, you want to stay totally upright in your upper body, and when you get up, we will switch our pelvic tilt to full flexion of our glutes, meaning we start in spinal extension here, and once we get up, we flex our lumbar spine to push our glutes forward so we can fully activate all of them. And please stop staring at my bum. Now, depending on how far apart you have your legs, we can go like so. This is going to require a little bit more mobility in your hip joints. And good thing for you is that we have an insane amount of hip mobility workouts on this channel. You can go check them out. So we started with very closed, a lot of core dominance. Then we have classic. And then we have a little bit wider like so. And if you want to take it to the level which most people should be at, because legs are supposed to be very strong, we are going to move into the pistol squat like so. You can do repetitions or you can slow it down and try to keep your balance for a more static or less dynamic building of strength. As for our second exercise, by far my favorite leg exercise is going to be the Cossack squat, because we have so many things that we can do. We start out with a short range of motion like so. The additional bonus with this exercise is that we are stretching. If we have our foot flat on the ground, we're stretching our adductors. If we turn the foot upwards, we are stretching our biceps and our hamstrings. So we start out with short range of motion, and depending on how strong we are and how limber we are, we can move deeper and deeper. Stay upright in your upper body. If you do not have the strength in your legs, but you do have the flexibility, then you can touch down like so and just help out the slightest bit. Over time, you're going to remove this and move on from left side, sit down all the way, sit down all the way. Now you might think we're already in full range of motion, but you're wrong. We can move sideways, sit down, and then use our hip flexor strength and our core strength to bring us up again. Sit down, full touchdown with our legs. Absurdly nice. Stretch and touch down with our knee. Use your strength to push you up and sit back down again. And the next variation of this exercise to build adductors, glutes, and core strength, and increase our mobility, we will start very low here, and instead of moving upwards, which includes a lot of quadriceps strength, we will move laterally with our hips pushed down as far as possible. This is gonna open up our hips a lot, which is gonna be absolutely beneficial when it comes to our mobility work. Be it, for instance, if you are someone who is working on their pancake stretch or their straddle position, or if you are working on your split, all of this is going to help you in the long run. And we have basically made it to the end of the video, going through every single major muscle group and having multiple exercises for these, as well as multiple variations for the level that you are in. So as I said, you can tailor your exercises or your routine depending on what you need and do it all at home without any equipment. And if you do have equipment like a pull-up bar, you can use that to supplement this workout routine or to make it even harder. Sadly, however, this is all the time I have left for you, my favorite YouTube movement enthusiasts. If you like the video and subscribe and check out other videos. We have all kinds of stuff that you would be interested in if you like this one. With that said, I'll see y'all tomorrow because we have new videos every single day on this channel. Captain Cairo, peace out.